But, I mean, my experience with the short sales, you better be honest with the bank
Yeah, yeah,
because
and there's so many rules with short sales. There, I would say, in being on this side of the table or as a realtor, they're pain, but sometimes they're necessary. And for a seller, they can be a lifeline because a lot of times, the seller is desperate, and it does take a lot of risk off the table. Now, someone messaged me, and this is someone that I've been working with behind the scenes about deals just like this. So in a sense, her deal inspired me to do this video. Her question was, well, what if there's documentation stating that if there's a missed payment, the home goes back to the seller? Well, we kind of have documentation like that for loans, and it takes 6 months for the property to go back to the lender, minimum 6 months from like when they start filing everything. So you have a missed payment, and then they start talking to you and say, oh, I'm so sorry, we'll make up for it, and just like a deadbeat debtor would do. And you delay hiring an attorney, you delay filing anything, you hope that this borrower will come through for you. And then they don't. Tenants do the same thing. Tenants and landlords do the same thing. So I haven't seen what documentation and how it actually works, because it's not a foreclosure. It's almost just like a suit for reversion. It's reversion back to the original grantor. I've never seen a lawsuit like that. I'm sure it would work, but how long would it take and how expensive would it be? If you were getting $80,000 from a sale and hoping to use that money, on another purchase or to do something else or put the money in your bank account or retire or whatever it may be, are you really going to want to spend 20 or 30 grand taking the property back? One that already failed you once, one that, you don't want, and maybe the buyer made a mess of the property in the meantime. Maybe it's been sitting there vacant, or worse, maybe they ripped it apart hoping to do some sort of construction or remodeling, only to realize they ran out of money. And now you're really stuck. It does matter who the buyer is. It matters what happens to the buyer. It matters what plan the buyer has, because you guys are partners ultimately. You're partners in this, whether you appreciate that or not. It's a little freaky, I will tell you that. If you're being presented an offer to do a subject to deal and you need to present it to your seller, you have to do it with an education about what the risks are. What's the upside? What's the risk?